I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
On second down, Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
So now an early third and 10 here on their opening drive.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit! Over!
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now an early third and 10 here on their opening drive.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, first and 10. So from the 36 now, first and 10. And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw, Winston. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's the Raiders punter now. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Set. 3-19.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play on third down for the Chiefs. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. This is Freeman on first and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, Let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Butker able to put this one through. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Winston now to throw on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Ready? White 25. Hey, sub. Let's go. 51, Mike. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And his throw here's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, sub.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
They run. Devontae Freeman. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. So they can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Well, now they'll try the end around. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. They'll run here with Freeman. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. They'll look to run with Freeman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll try and run. Freeman. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal? Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I. They'll run it. Freeman. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Freeman unable to get free here on 4th and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Jameis to throw it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Hey, sub.
To throw is Winston. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down.
Let's go. It's time to play. Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Green, triple C. Green, triple C.
1st down, Winston. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Garrett. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To the air again with Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Left side, it's Dorsett. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Jameis now on 1st down. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Garrett. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang up.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Gone.
to throw here. He's going to go deep for Conley. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Gun! Detroit!
They'll throw now on the final play. Steps away, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Sonic! Hey, sub. Let's go. Sonic!
On 3rd down, Winston. Throwing left side, it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Hey, sub. Let's go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
2nd down, Winston. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Green, Triple C. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Winston. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. In for the score. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Freeman again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Switch it up here and look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Lucky 56.
To set up a throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, sub.
Now Winston. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Wait. Even. Check 43. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Sonic. Let him go.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 6 there on first. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
The Chiefs on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Just keep bringing it. Stay in there. Green, triple C. Push up. Push up.
Winston. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A Raider first down, 17 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
We got 3. Hey, sub. Let's go. Easy. Hey.
In your face.
5-0.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Winston. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Chris Jones on the stop. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And they'll run here. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out come the Chiefs now. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. They'll drop to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead. And they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball game. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Oakland,